Hi, and welcome to the second edition of the BW Momentum Conference 2025. Today, we're here with Rohit Talwar from Castrol. So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So, the first question I want to ask you, Indian marketing campaigns and Indian advertisements have always been very iconic because of their ability to connect with the person watching them. They have this sort of emotional intelligence behind them. And I think that's what makes them so special. Today, we're kind of in an age where we're using generative AI, we're using algorithmic decision making, we're using data driven information in order to create marketing campaigns. In this generation, in this age, how can we still make sure that marketing campaigns are authentic and they still have that human feel that makes Indian advertising so special?
Great question. I think storytelling is more important today than it's ever been. Okay, AI is a technology. It's an enabler, and it will allow us to do things better and more efficiently. But I think the creative idea or the big idea is something that continues to be extremely important in marketing. Um, our role as marketers is to not lose track of the consumer insight and then crack the big idea and then use AI to bring it to life. Okay, so I think the importance of storytelling in and its ability to capture attention is going to continue to be important in the times to come. A lot of people are experimenting with AI and doing interesting things. Some brands have taken a leadership stance there and done some interesting work. I think the work that Mondelez did in India was very exciting. At Castrol, we have also dabbled a bit with Gen AI. And we've done a lot of work on social using Gen AI to engage with bikers and enthusiastic bikers. And we've seen actually some of the creatives that have used AI to have a lot better engagement numbers and scores. So I think it's a promising technology. We are in an experimentation phase at the moment, but the big idea will always be important.
So, do you think like that human connection is still important when we're working with AI? Like, we can't have AI function on its own. You need that human collaboration in order to even make it work for you.
Absolutely. Yes, it is an enabler technology. And I think how well we as humans access the power of Gen AI to bring unique ideas to life is where the win is really going to be. Because finally, the technology is something that's available to everybody. And if you rely purely on the tech, you will end up with a sea of creative sameness. And then there will be no distinctive assets created because everything will look very similar. So I think it's very important to not lose the human element. And like I said, there is an experimentation phase on. There are some companies that are going very, very forward very fast and then taking a couple of steps back to bring back that balance. So we'll see how this evolves. It's very, very exciting phase. And I think, there's no reason to fear it. It's important to harness the technology, take small steps, and then use it to bring creative ideas to life. But like you said, I think the human engagement with the technology and machine is going to be very important to continue to maintain distinctiveness, which is very, very important for the brand.
I think conversations like these are important because people's perception of AI tends to be this vision of like the sentient robot that sort of functions on its own without any sort of human input, and that's very far from the truth. The AI wouldn't exist without human input, and that human involvement is still something that's really guiding our use of AI.
Yeah, that's true. I think there's a lot of fear, and we often fear the unknown. There are challenges with AI. There is regulatory challenges. There is the need for compliance. Legal will always say, tread carefully. So I think these are teething issues, and these are things that are important issues that need to be dealt with by brands, especially large global brands. But I think there's a slow momentum. I would say there's momentum building up now. There are a few brands that are doing things that are getting noticed, that are interesting. There's a huge amount of efficiency that comes out of AI, right? And I think that's the low hanging fruit. We are also seeing a lot of efficiency come through by using technology to do a lot of the manual adaptations that you would typically take a lot of man hours to do that turned out to be very expensive. So I think there are several different types of use cases. Some of them are in play at scale, and some will take some more time to move up.
That makes a lot of sense. I think we've had a really good conversation about how we can be conscientious about applying new technology into marketing campaigns. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for speaking with
My
us.
pleasure.